These are the Porto Diaries, a chance for me to just focus on training and development of players. You might get some playthroughs, but it's very rare because I want to focus on how the players have done. My name is Daljit. Welcome to Bustthenet. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button to stay in touch for more videos like this. If this is the first time you're here, well, this is where we are. We managed to complete an invincible season here with Porto. Unfortunately for us, this results mean for nothing. Our Champions League adventures ended early. We made it through our group stages easily, topping the table, being ahead of Roma as well. In the group stages, if we look at all the groups, we had Inter, Zenit, Arsenal, Bayern, Real Madrid, Leipzig in this group. We have Barcelona, Juventus, terrible Champions League campaign, lost 3 losses in the group stages. Then Roma and Porto. This was an interesting group. We drew 3 times, we won 3 times. It was we have a young squad. Average age is about 21, 22. Then we played, unfortunately for us, we ended up meeting PSG in the next round. When we met PSG, it was a one-sided affair. We had no response to the armory that they possess in Neymar, Mbappe, Pogba, Bernardo Silva, Angola, Kante. This was a system that was pretty solid, right? They actually used a register, DLP. The moment this formation came at us, I just knew that we're going to have a really hard time. They were pushing through the middle and they controlled the match, and the blistering acceleration they had down the flanks, at the end of the day, there was only so much I could do. Build up play right in front of our box. We tried our best to defend. We were employing hard tackling, tight marking. But when the ball fell loose to Pogba, he just lashed it in past our keeper. 1 goal down. And then the second goal again, same thing. Bernardo got into the box and then pulled it back. Neymar making it 2. And so by now I was aware of the fact that we still have a long way to go. I don't know if we will ever be good enough to challenge them. I'm hoping we do. But the challenge with a team like this is you're going to have a really hard time keeping your players to yourself. So we've got quite a star-studded team of youngsters, right? We did sign David Van Bommels to, he joined the club. And then we got this youngster called Miguel Martins. We promoted him from the youth team so that he can start getting some football. Our defenders, another player, if you see a yellow dot, it's because I've created a note. These are the players I want to track. And we've given them very specific training programs for them to develop. And most of them have benefited either from mentoring or they have developed pretty well in their respective positions. Diogo Liet is our defender, 23 years old. He's been playing quite well for us. Brings the ball out of defense, very central to the way we play. His form has been pretty decent. 8.8 was his maximum rating, but you can see he does pretty well in most of the games. Playing as a playing defender. When you're young, you want to have a good match rating, so they aid your development. As you can see, his progress has not been bad. This is basically playing to potential or not playing to potential, right? So in terms of attributes, over the time he's been in the club, pretty decent, right? Our training programs basically focus on mental, so he's done well. He's as a ball playing defender, he's developed nicely. As you can see, his attributes, they've all improved, right? Now we've got another player that I've been tracking, and this is the young one, Thomas Esteves. He's one of the hottest properties in my club. He's only 20 years old. He's developed very nicely. His progress has been stellar. Since he's been at the club. Mentally, he's exploded. His acceleration is doing quite well, but he's got a lot of development in certain areas of his game. Decision making, since we started training him, he's gone from 13 to 60, which is a 3-point increase. If you see this, it's like 2, right? But if you track it from the time you started, it's been quite fantastic. Concentration as well as reading of the game has improved 11 to 14, which is a 3-point increase. His anticipation has also jumped up from 10 to 12. So I've been very happy with the way he's been developing. I'm particularly happy with Thomas Estevez's improvements in vision. That 4-point increase allowed me to do something in the game, which is to get him to learn long-range passes. So now he's being trained to do long-range passes. Eventually, if I move him into central midfield, I can get him to learn killer balls as well. And that is going to be something that's going to look very sweet with a fullback. And that was possible because I went to training, had a schedule to get my fullbacks to develop vision decisions. So we got tactical here that gives them decisions and visions. Then we got play from the back that gives him vision as well, and passing. So the next thing is, of course, crossing will improve over time, and it's made me really happy with his development. Superstar in every way we want. Now, the only problem I have is this guy, Ruben Amaral. I haven't really played him very much. So what happens when you don't play a player that often? So his progress is still improved because he spends more time on the training pitch, right? So he's not 2.5. He's still 2. He's still got ways to go. His attributes are doing okay. Not as fantastic as the other players, but still, he's developing. You want to make sure that a player has got enough. You're balancing the number of games. You don't want to overplay young players, right? So we haven't been overplaying him. Thomas Osterweis, I've been I've been protecting him a lot, right? I don't want to play him too much because I need him to have time to go and train. The mistake a lot of people make in this game is they play their players like, they want to make him a fantastic player, right? As quickly as they can. But now I've promoted him. He's going to be, he's on his playing time pathway. He's getting there. We promoted him to important player. So he's happy with the development, but I'm also making sure that he doesn't overplay, because the thing I'm worried about is with these players, the moment they start getting very good ratings, everybody starts knocking on the door. And I'm not surprised he has already started to attract, he will begin to attract some interest. So my next contract offer for him will include a maximum release clause, right? So we're looking at his contracts. So it's up to 2026. And this brings me to my next interesting thing that happened in our club. Okay, one of our players, the star that he is, Mr. Romario Barrio. Now, Romario Barrio has been overplayed by me. I've been playing him in a lot of competitions I play. He's made 43 appearances for the club. He plays a lot of games, but his development has stalled somewhat because I kind of pushed him too far, too soon. So you can see his current ability has gone up, and now he's not playing to his full potential, right? He's dropping off, he's tapering off. And if I'm looking at his attributes as well, right, they have developed. Some of the attributes have just become superb, right? Like his passing, his ability to find the pass, 12 to about 15. His vision has shot up as well. I've been trying to get clubs to lose interest in him. So this is the thing I've done with Romario Barrio. Early on in the season, he was exploding, right? His attributes were just going insane. He was playing really well. His form was stellar. And then we had a slew of offers for him. Every club in Europe wanted him. He's one of the first players every club wants to pick up. And I had to deal with feeling of interest in the player. Now the thing is, we've got this situation again. Everybody is interested in him one more time. The problem I have now is he's got an agent who absolutely hates me. That's the first problem I have. The second problem I have with this player is he doesn't want to sign a contract with me because other parties are interested. Okay, so what I've done is I've offered the rest of the team contracts. So the rest of the squads, all the players have received contracts. So I've gone out and I've offered every player who's got potential to play a new contract. Here's another player that I'm interested in developing. He hasn't played a lot of games, so we came in late to the party with him. I started giving him matches towards the end of the season. Now, he's managed to pull in, he created 2 assists. He didn't have a very good game against Rio Avenue, where I changed the formation as well. His progress, not fantastic. As you can see, it's dropped off because I've not been playing him enough games. So that's like 7 or 8 games. I should have given him about 12 to 15. I should have brought him on in games that we could have won. But the challenge with a player like him is finding a system that suits him. In terms of his development, again, just this balance that you define, the right amount of matches, the right kind of matches. Here we have another youngster, Vitor Freire. We are loaded with youngsters, right? Another actual important player for the team. He played about 44 appearances. His form has not been bad, right? Some pretty good matches. Most of the time 7.8, a high point at a high of 6.9. Only rarely has he dropped to 6.7s. And his development, not too bad. Not too bad. He's matching his potential, which is 3.5 stars. And his attribute development points, also, I'm not too worried about it. His anticipation, his ability to read the game shot up, right? He started off at about 12, and then he ended up at 16, so that's a big jump. His vision also, his anticipation 12 to 16, and then his vision 12 to about 14 or 15, yeah, about there. So, doing well. My Romario Barrio, not so well, right? Because I've been overplaying him. Then we come to our attacking trio. One of my favorite players so far is this guy, Thiago Almada. He has been absolutely phenomenal, right, at the club. He joined the club 6 months ago, right? He lost a point in bravery because he took a hit in one of his matches, right? So he was sidelined for a while. His progress took at the moment he got injured, it stalled all the way, it dropped all the way here, but he's still performing really well. In the games that we've played, okay, he does, okay, that maybe he has some outlying games as well, but he was injured. You can see this point here. This coincided with his dip in performances on the training pitch. But he's already scored for us 25 goals this season, 16. Easily one of the top goal scorers in the club. We have some other players. Fabio Silva. What can we say about this youngster? He is going to get to become our first 5-star player. He's on his way. So I keep playing him. I don't want to overplay these players, right? Fabio Silva I've been using him more and more this season. Again, right? Only made like 28 appearances in the league. I bring him on for a few matches. He's made 48 appearances. That's still quite a lot. I shouldn't have been playing him that many games. If I'm not mistaken, his attributes would not have shown that. His attributes, yeah, average. And this is the part where I have to be very careful about overplaying these players. They are all going to attract interest from clubs, right? So far, I've been very lucky. 39 million, some club is probably going to come knocking on the door. We got another player called Andre Pereira. It's a bit on the old side. It's surplus requirements. We won't be using it anymore. But this is the amazing thing about this player. 4 goals in 4 appearances. He's definitely a finisher. He's got winds up opponents, which I like as a trait, because it will improve the morale of our team by reducing the morale of the other team. So this guy, he's played a few games. He scored 4 goals for us in 4 appearances, and I'm looking forward to using him again. Well, some of you asked me to show you Nakajima. Well, take a look at this. Player traits. Sometimes it's good to have him around so that the other players can, leech off. Players hanging about, they pick up each other's traits. These are not bad traits to keep. So there's a part of me that says keep him around, use him in some tactics because of these traits and his personality. Because at the end of the day, I still want to spend some time mentoring players. You got David Vieira, he's still in the other players. We promoted him. I want him to get influenced by these players. Now, everybody is fairly professional. You got Sadie Jenko, we pushed him inside here. Levi Faustino's, all these, we're hoping that this guy gets influenced by this group of players. Now, Ivan Marcano, I'm just hanging on to him for dear life because I need his personality. I need him to help mentor the youngsters. So far, so good. What about the plans for the future? We have some players. Some clubs have asked for Suarez from Porto. He might be. I'm definitely gonna accept it, right? I don't see him in my team, right? So we're gonna let him go. We're gonna. I mean, I've got loyalty to my players. I mean, it doesn't matter what save I use, right? I have this thing for my players. In the future, there are also youngsters that I want to see. having a chance to. How Pinto, I'm going to have to start using him as well in the main team. He's 19 years old. David Vieira has already been promoted. I got Hugo Branco. So these are the players that I'm looking at. I'm giving him maybe another season as a central defender. Then maybe, just maybe, we'll moving up and make him into a halfback. So for now, I'm just going to get him to train as a ball-playing defender. At least his first touch is going to improve. His technique is going to improve. His jumping reach could still improve over time, but we'll just leave it here. There's something that we can do to improve his jumping reach, is strength. So strength will improve jumping reach and give him a bit more strength, so you never know. As far as David Vieira is concerned, we've already promoted him to the main squad. He's already in the main squad. I just haven't given him a tick to his name. So we're going to focus on developing him. My concern is flair. I can probably work on that. And the other thing that's worrying me a bit is his bravery. So instead of playing him as a typical player that I need in support, I could retrain him more as a central midfielder on attack. But there's still a few attributes he's missing. He has the ability to play the killer ball, right? But he lacks bravery. It might not fit into my DNA. Makes him a very good player that I might want to sell. I can develop him, get him a couple of matches, get his match ratings up, flog him off for about 60 to 60 million. I'm pretty certain I can get interest in this player. The game is pretty predictive in the sense these kind of players we can probably sell him for about 40 to 45,000 to 50,000. So I won't be surprised if he goes off. He's not too far in ability to Romario Barrio, Mamadou Loum, and Vitor Ferreira. The hottest property I have right now is probably Vitor Ferreira and Romario Barrio. But I've been moving them around, playing them in other roles, so their match ratings don't always, turn out to be 7.8 or 8, because I just don't want to lose them. This is the problem when you get into these development kind of saves. You fall in love with the players, right? You fall in love with them, and you don't want to let them go. When in reality, what I should be doing is developing them, 60 million, tag on a percentage or next sale clause or percentage or next profit clause, make some money, turn this club into $1 billion club. If I get some sanity going on in my head and stop being so sentimental, that's probably what's going to happen. As I get older, I get sentimental about my players. That, I can't help it. I just don't want them to leave the roost, man. How am I supposed to play this safe? Well, at least I hope you got some ideas about training on this safe. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. My website, addictedtofm.com, YouTube, which is here. You can also find me on Twitch or Twitter. Now, the thing about Twitch is this. I stream 3 times. That's why I say sometimes I go 5. So if you want to catch me on Twitch, don't forget to follow me on Twitter when I post the days when I'm live. You guys take care. Have a good one. Once again, thanks for all the support.